All right, that's to see final review things. Yeah. If I type it, it comes very small. I'm sorry. Let's see right now. Okay. So let me type with Microsoft Word. Is okay? So let me see here and close it. Okay, let's see this question right now. Okay, let's see this question. All right. So just a minute. Just a minute. I will post this later, okay? Hold on. I just need to drag it down to do a new one. Hold on. Alright, so can we see this question right here? Alright, I hope you remember this, okay? Now let's quickly review this, okay? So, for this question right here, I have a rectangle here, okay? Alright, so I extend J component. Is that right? So I extend J component here and my J component here, okay? Uh, so right here, my rectangle friend, uh, extend your J friend. So I'm going to create my rectangle component here. So just let me ask you one question here. So this one, I hope you remember this one. This one I was doing mouse click. Is okay? I'm going to. So I press a mouse right here, and uh, these will create. These will create a rectangle. Will move my rectangle to here. So let me ask you here right now. Okay. So all right. So right here, when I do mouse press, and but I also have mouse click, mouse release, mouse enter, mouse exit. So how many mouse method you saw that when you do mouse event? How many? Anybody? Anybody? Let's go back here. Okay. Let's go back here. Okay. So let me repeat this part, okay? Then I hope I type all the questions down, okay? So we are going to do UI right now. We are going to do user interface, okay? When I do user interface, I need two things. Okay, remember this will be on the test, okay? So let me write it down. When I do user interface program, I really need to evoke two different objects. Okay, two. And these two different objects, one is the event class, one is listener interface. You remember that? Okay, so let me type your question and see who can remember that. Okay, this is your CIT 136 final review. It's okay. So let me see who can answer that question. Okay, when a programmer, all right, does a GUI user interface GUI question, is graphic user interface project. It's okay. And the programmer needs to invoke two objects. Okay? All right, what are the two objects? Anyone answer that? What are the two objects? Can anyone answer for me? Can anyone answer for me? What are the two objects? When I want to do a GUI, graphic user interface project, whenever I want to do GUI, I must activate two objects. Without these two objects, I really cannot do anything. Okay, anybody? Anybody?
Event listener, action listener.
Action event class. Okay? All right. The other one is action listener interface. Okay. It's multiple choice, but I hope you remember that. So let me repeat that. You have answer right now. What are the two objects you must evoke? What are the two objects you must evoke when you are doing a user interface event, user interface project? Its answer is on my thing right now. Can anyone answer on the chat room? Hurry up. Nobody answered. Do you think this review is not necessary? If you don't want the review, I can stop the review and let you review by yourself. Uh,
Excuse me, what was the question?
the question is on my screen. Say, what are the two objects? What are the two objects? Okay. When you do a GUI project, you must evoke two objects. What are the two objects?
A mouse and a button?
No, right here. Action event class, and action listener interface. Is that okay? You're going to have, it's called event class. You must have an event class. You must have a listener interface. All right, so that's right like this.
So the listener and the action event are both objects then?
Yeah, they are object because you everything you get from the Java Bible is a class, but you use them, you call them object. Is that right? Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. So you must have an event class, and you must have a listener interface. So when you do mouse click, then you will do action event and action listener. All right, that's click, and we have a mouse. We did that one, mouse press and mouse exit, that one. When you do the mouse event, this is button click. The first one is a button click. The first one is a button click. Where's my word? The first one is a button click. The button click need that. Okay. Now, if you are doing mouse, that mouse move, mouse press, not mouse click, mouse move, mouse click. You need to have all 5 methods, even though you just use one method. Okay, remember we did one question, we press our mouse at one location and then we'll draw a rectangle at that. Not mouse click, mouse press. It's okay? Alright, so now this is the thing we learned from the button, and we also learned a test field. Alright, so one more time, let's take a look this one right now. Let's take a look this one. Let's go to our final review. This one, okay? That's this one right here. That's this one here. Alright, for this one here, can you take a look this question here? Can you take a look this question here? I click a button. That's a button, is that right? I click a button. I click a button. Then the button say I was clicked. Alright. So this the event class. Alright. Because I'm going to activate a button. So the event class. We need the event class. Is that right? So the event class is written inside the it's written inside your calling class. Alright, so who is calling this? Your phone, your friend, okay, which is the friend. So your friend is calling this your friend is calling in this click listener. You see that? Click listener. The phone is called this click listener. Yes or no? Okay, click listener. So once you doing right here, so you must have an event. This one is called, you name it, click listener. Click listener. You want to implement action listen. So this part is your interface. And inside here is your event class. Alright, so then inside here you are going to create, so that's action listener. So you must need 2 parts. Action listener is interface. You call this listener and equal to your new click listener. Your new click listener here combine interface and event together. So your button can add that action listener. You understand? So tell me right now. Okay, so this is a procedure. You're going to write it down. You're going to learn it. I know it's confused. So your event class is written, okay, if, right down here. If the event class written inside the calling class, we call this what kind of class? This one is not. We call this class, and what class? This one is not. This one is outside. This one is outside. But we're going to show the other one. This one is inside. This one is inside. Alright, so one more time. This one is outside. Okay, this one is outside. And this one is inside. If I write it inside, I call that what kind of class? Yeah. Do you need? Yeah. Can you tell me what's that? Hello, I feel I'm talking to myself. I'm talking to my hand or something.
What's the question again?
Yeah. Thank you, at least, and you participate. You see, basically, I'm review this because I know you'll become a programmer in the future. Please take a look. Whenever you want to create a GUI interface. Now, this one is click a button. You can press a mouse. You can do anything. All right. There are ways to do it. You must create a event and combine with a listener. All right. You must create event and combine with a listener. Is that okay? Now, and so here the name, you can do anything. Enrique listener, click. But look here, I combine the event. I want to click. So to name it, click. So that's an event. And listener, because I need to do a listener. So this class tell you, this class already combined two things together right now. So click event, click and listener. So, and right here, I must implement action listener. But then this event, click event, I have to action perform. I perform something. I was click. Now, this class is called event class. I wrote it outside. When I started, I wrote it outside. Once I have that outside, remember the name is called click listener. Then coming back here, I beg you to memorize with me. It's okay. You want to say action listener. Okay, that's a class. Mine is called listener equal new click listener. I have to do that one because that one is already combined both together right now. Combine implement action listener, also combine with the event action perform. Then your button say, my button B, I can add my action listener. I'm going to add that one. I add the one I created. Because the one I created combine the interface and the event. And because of that, now I'm going to use it. Okay. Now for this one, I wrote it outside. And I already told you, we're going to move inside. And this is called inner class. Okay. If you don't care, try to memorize. We call this inner class. And why we're going to call this inner class? Because look, the code we are writing here is only relate to this friend. Really relate to this friend. All right. So class click listener implement here. For this one, my label is going to show image. For this one, I'm going to print I was click. So event-driven language means that method is is able to share among all objects. Then we write the code as a class, as a method, public method. But turn out this class is really specific. This class only specific to this friend. Nobody else need to do this. The label show the image. Remember we show panda, show image here. So it is make much more sense to write this click listener event class inside your calling class. If I write inside that, we call inner class. I need you to memorize this. Can you please? The reason is any advanced programming language, they don't even give you opportunity. They are in the class. Like your Android Studio, it's in the class already. You have to write it as an inner class. All right. So one more time. I know you're tired, but I need to ask you to memorize this. But memorize this starting from here, starting from this one right here. Okay, this is where you need. You know you need two things. One more time. You know you need two things. Event class, listener interface. You must need two things. So you need to combine. So I know you are tired, but I want to see how beautiful is this as a Java programming. Look here. Look how we combine right now. We are going to make sure this is a new name, your name, some name. But when you name this, you want to make sure you name this become meaningful. So look this name, even the name is meaningful. I want to click, button click, so I put click. And I want to follow, implement my listener. So click listener. Then I must implement action listener. That's a way. You cannot do extended. When I do that, and I will have a action perform method. Then I create that action perform method right here, and I say I was click. All right, for this one is I was click. I write here, but you soon realize, why do I need to create another class? Now, the goal, the purpose is to create a class is to share, to reuse. Somebody else can reuse. Who can reuse this? Because this class is really written specifically for the calling class here. No one else can reuse it. Nobody care to reuse it. So this is not good design. Not good design. A good design is this. Same thing here. Class, click listener, implement action listener, and you write this inside here, because the code inside here will be specific for the calling class. Now my calling class, my friend, right now, I don't want you to say I was click. I want to show a image. Okay, so memorize this. You have to create that. Then you call action listener. Action listener is the interface. Then now you create your own name. You must do your own name right now, and you must know your own thing, because the action listener is an interface. The interface is empty. You wrote it. You wrote it. Your click listener. Say my click listener perform this kind of performance. So if you don't do your own thing, your listener don't understand what you want to do it. Then your button add action listener add to your own object. Your own object tell the object to implement the action listener and to perform the event. All right, so then you have to do that. And when I write inside, this is called inner class, and you have to do that. All right, so let's continue right now. All right, so we continue like here. All right, so far okay right now. All right, so let's take a look. Let's take a look this mouse click event here. Let's take a look. When I do mouse here, and this I have to point out this is other thing right here. For example, other thing here. For like this, when I do class click listener implement, I only need to do one method. I only need to do one method. Okay, so one more time. My button have one method. But when I do mouse event here, mouse click and mouse press here. All right, so one more time. When I do mouse here, all right, so right here, I want to mouse press listener. When I do the mouse listener, this is different. All right, mouse listener. Guys, I was doing here is click listener. When you do mouse listener, the rule is this. Now, may I just mute you so we don't hear the static? Okay, sorry. Okay, so I feel like I'm a lousy teacher. Why you don't understand? All right, this is click listener. This is mouse listener. See a difference here? Do you see action listener? And did you see this is mouse listener? Yes or no? You see a difference? When the click listener, there's only one method. Okay, call that. When the mouse listener here, you have mouse press, mouse click, mouse release, mouse enter, mouse exit. But the rule is this. Even though you use only one, the rest 1, 2, 3, 4, you have to write it down. So when you are doing a mouse listener, when you implement mouse listener, how many mouse method you need to write? How many mouse method you need to have inside that class? Just tell me. One dose. Okay, let me write it down here. My Word file. Okay. All right, my question is this right now. How many mouse methods a programmer must provide when develop a mouse event project? Anybody?
It's 4 methods, right?
Good counting, but it's 5. Let me see. Okay.
Oh, because mouse listener is included, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You may use 1, but the rest of 4 need to write. Does that make sense to you? All right. So yeah. I try to give you this review to prepare in the future. You want to be a programmer. All right. So let's do this one right now. Okay. Let's do this one. I have a let me see. Where's the one I wrote that has a text field? Is this text field? I need to find out text field. Okay, that one is on the exam. Okay, let me go back. All right, maybe in the next one. Okay, hold on. Okay, who remember the text field? I did a text field. Which one is that? Hold on. Alright, so this one, we move it. Or maybe next chapter. Okay? So basically that will complete your chapter 10 review. It's okay. Let me